be able to have the information to my teenage self that actually this isn't normal, what you're experiencing isn't normal, it's not because you're being a sook, would have actually empowered me so much more, would have made me feel less alone and less like I just had to suffer in silence. I was bleeding for 10 days, a month roughly, very heavily. That impacts on your social abilities. Like, you can't go out and socialize as well. It impacts what you're wearing, whether you can do sport. I was a very keen swimmer, but obviously 10 days of the month I just did not have security that I wouldn't flood for that sort of 45 minutes to an hour that I was in a swimming pool. So things like that, the way that I chose my sports, the way that I would choose what social events to go to. When you get to a social event, knowing where all the bathrooms are, like you're some sort of SAS agent, it really is, makes that level of impact on your everyday life as you're getting towards that second part of the month. Like, oh, this is coming. Does that mean I can go away for that weekend? Does that mean that I can go with my mum to the theatre, where I know I'm going to be sat there for 2.5 hours, possibly not being able to get out of your seat? All of those things really come into play in every single decision that you make, and you get maybe 1.5 weeks a month where you don't have to have that hanging over your head. I think as a woman, we talk to our girlfriends, and as a teenager, you definitely talk to your girlfriends about periods and everything, but you don't go into the nitty-gritty. You're not asking them, oh, are you having to get up once or twice a night to change your pad because you're leaking through? Are you having to wear a pad and a tampon at the same time because you will definitely leak through? I had been referred to a gynecologist. She was the first person to really start asking me questions. How often are you changing your pads? How often are you changing your tampon? Is it breaking through overnight? At which point, she said, this is at your level of bleeding is not normal. It is not, most people do not experience this. Knowing that I now could get treatment, that there were options, that was a really game changer for me in the way that I perceived it and the way that I felt control over it. One of the treatments that I actually was able to try, because it didn't impact my fertility at the time, was tranexamic acid. The first month that I tried that, I was blown away. It was amazing. I kept thinking to myself, this can't be right. Where's the blood gone? Where has this gone? What's happened? And it actually did reduce the pain. It reduced a lot of the anxiety along with it. Once I knew that I was finished building my family, I then started looking into what other options there were for me. I could have had an IUD inserted, which would have stopped me getting pregnant, which would have been great, but also should have also reduced the bleeding that I was experiencing. I also explored the endometrial ablation, and ultimately went for that because I knew I definitely did not want any more children. Thinking about what could have been done better for me to help me get better treatment earlier, I definitely feel that when I went to GPs for the pain side of my periods, had they asked just a couple of probing questions about how often are you changing your tampon? Are you leaking through overnight? Just a couple of questions like that really would have helped them identify that, yes, my bleeding is actually very heavy. Advice that I would give to other women with heavy menstrual bleeding, first of all, is go and speak to a GP, get it investigated. There are lots of different causes of it, and it's really important that a medical professional helps you through that. To be able to have the experience and the wealth of information that is available to us through the clinical care standard would have just been so reassuring. I would have asked for help a lot sooner. I would have loved to be able to look that up on my own, to actually try and understand, okay, what does this mean? It would have empowered me so much more, and it would have made me feel less alone.